best that time in the airport unrest. The brothers giving us the end of permit from there. The welcome my life with African.
I lyrical
Master.
Play Paris, who make you again Sktv menu. Say my journey, Tina get I say my yamu. And yes, I know money, the more I get you. And you love me, the more I get you.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get now ya to money. That's the TV, and I don't get it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh that time and the efforts are rare. The broadcast we giving are real and the premise my best. The work with my life with Africa. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Penku, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Yeah. So yeah, again to our people that said that yes. So when the month is like this, then you will know that some of you like who they like my brother Mustafa Bal. You can credit me. Don't worry, Mustafa. You know when the brother did that me, yes, everything is right. But again, folks, good evening. Thank you. Thank to all of you for joining. Please let's share the show this evening. Indeed, it'll be so interesting. So many things to talk about. All of our team of panelists, they are all setting up. I'm seeing there in our Bon County, our man Cassidy is setting up. So very soon, by the time Cassidy is set and ready, trust me, I'm going to bring Cassidy on. So again, folks, let's share the show. Indeed, do what? Indeed, yes, indeed. So many things, so many good day. Somebody okay. So Muna already setting up. The citizens movement for change. Yes, you know, the CMC. Also, we want to say good evening to all of you there from the CMC. You know, those of you who are preparing to be part of the CMC, that is the Citizens Movement for Change. Look, oh, the country. That very interesting, you know. Oh, God. But again, folks, thanks to all of you. Let me see what my make Cassidy is set and ready. Yeah, let me see Cassidy. Cassidy, good evening, my dear brother.
Yeah, maybe good evening, my brother. How things?
Yeah, my brother, things is okay. It's just that we are not drinking safe drink. Is that safe? Safe meaning water. We're gonna drink. Anyway, my brother, we are going to thank God. Yeah. I'm okay.
Yeah, man. I need to thank God. I'm back. I've been out for some time. I spent maybe 2 weeks out. I was in the capital city of Freedom, but I'm back home. Thank God. At least we we can embed the family intact. Everybody's fine. It's just that the national issue, that's all. In the talk of the town everywhere you go, the same problem. But we back.
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you, my dear brother. And so, let all of us share the show. Cassidy, if you also have the internet or you on Facebook, please let's share the show so that other people can also follow. Today, let's stick up. Steve Umba, you can be in front of Steve. But when you can say today, it will be blocked. But today, it will be too interesting. No, my brother Cassidy, today will be interesting, and I know most of you now want to mix something happening on today, because we see some people with hand pump, back and pump, and will tell us where all these things going. And some people will even hearing news about plot even to remove the Senate pro tempore. And so look, so many things I'm going to dive in today. But Sekou or Mr. Kana will be joining us. Monk will be joining us. Monk setting up already. Steve Bode, most of the 12 talking will also join us. And Muna, let me see what Muna already set and ready. Yeah, I see. I don't know what Muna is here already. Mamuna.
Yeah. Maybe you get me?
Because they trade go on now in Apo and Seb, you had see again. Muna, what happened to that?
They won't be able to see. They won't be able to see.
No, they wrote with me. Yeah, they wrote with me actually. Big header.
Muna, they bad Muna put the bad the same. Muna the same, my people.
That's seriously. But no part today. Yeah. I'm beat up.
Muna need to show her face. Muna, you gotta show your face. You gotta show your face.
You will see my face tomorrow.
Yeah.
You will see my face tomorrow.
Okay, no problem.
Definitely.
No problem.
Sure.
Great. So, folks, let's share the show. Muna, please let all of us let's share the show. Just go straight on the Sktv page and encourage people. All of you who are watching, please let's just share, like, a comment. Jackson Jane and Asata Odosin, one of our oldest followers also on the show. Let me say thank you so much, Asata Odosin. Thank you for always finding the SKTV show and making sure that you are here with us. So, folks, again, today is Wednesday. As usual, we always say ladies' night, and the only maybe I don't want to be too, I don't want to describe too much before Steve they come for me again. So, Cassidy, today is Wednesday. Let me remember Muna, because me one remember.
Yeah, even though she behind the scene, but we just got to remember her because she's the female on the show. So she get all of us protection now. So Muna, happy ladies night.
Muna, are you there? Muna not go for water break? God. Well, anyway, but I guess let me ask you, since we stay into the social aspect of the entire show quickly before, because it will not be easier today. Mr. Kind, everybody will come because they water pump. Me, I can dedicate even more now. But with that,
where you come from? Where you come from? Where you coming from? Where your water pump available?
Skin Astro, right? Indeed, let me say good evening to all of you, Bachibo Freeman. Good evening, Rita Zina. Yes, indeed, good evening to all of you. Please, let's share the show. All of you who are watching, let's share the show. Monk will be joining us very soon. Steve will also be joining us, and Mr. Kane will also join us here on this beautiful Wednesday. For a matter of fact, it's a best Wednesday. Either if you're not removing people information we're getting, we are also dedicated projects. So we move. We get problem. Let me end that. We don't want to give me with my project. Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, Mark, good evening, my dear brother, and welcome. Don't Mark Cassidy, I'll be talking about project, make a problem. Yeah, my brother, good evening and welcome again. Another day to be alive.
Yeah, great day to be alive. Another day on SKTV. Another day around the world. So if you're in Africa, Europe, Australia, these United States of America, another day to be alive. And we are here. I don't know where you got the menu today. I've been following some event, but we are here. We handle it.
Yeah, yeah. So today is just about all things under consideration, including some of the latest information that we're getting with the plot, quote unquote, the information about the senators, almost 17 senators planning to remove the Senate pro tempore. That information spark up. So that one and the president projects, and that spark a lot of debates or mixed reactions out there pertaining to what's going to happen, and the motorcyclist or planned protest now also going to be on Monday, the 3rd of March. So these are maybe three major issues that we're going to be looking at, apart from other things that maybe that will be maybe on our mind, that some of us. So again, like you said, my brother, good to be alive. And what are some of the things quickly on your mind, or maybe that you observe too, or okay, quickly hold on, Monk. That go to Brother Cassidy, who in Bon County, to give us some of the happening there from Bon County. Then we'll come back to you, Monk. So yeah, Brother Cassidy, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Maybon. Let me say a very big thanks to the SKTV family for giving us the opportunity, and now also for getting our able CEO, that's Honorable Rufus Tati. For the Disney Orleans, this station is owned and operated by the Rufus and Ruf Tati Foundation, the radio former here in this part of Liberia. But there are a lot of things happening, like you said. But in our area, we are focused mainly on this nightmare we have in our community called Channel Union. You know, there have been a lot of complaints in the community, a lot of complaints. People are complaining that they go to the concession area to seek for a job. They've been denied. And the allegation that people who are in charge of employment, they are bringing people from their own locality, like from Buchanan, and leaving the citizens who's supposed to protect the concession vulnerable or jobless. It have called so much attention to the extent citizens are organizing meeting. I'm told this coming Sunday there will be a mass citizen meeting to determine the way forward. So we will be there also to see how best we can bring that on the spotlight. On the national scene, we are following the internet. A lot of things are happening, but you are there. So we hope you will bring it forward so we all can discuss it.
Thank you, Brother Cassidy, and you're right. There are a lot of things happening in the national capital. So, but quickly, let me move to Mark to tell what are some of the things on your mind quickly. Then I'll give you a few updates. Then we'll move straight into our discussion for today. So, Mark, the floor is yours, my brother. What are some of the things happening around your end that you want to talk about, or right here in Liberia?
Well, I'll focus on Liberia for now. I mean, not too many stories caught my attention. I think a few posts, and one of the stories we've been talking about here about the economic and healthcare, the essential aspect of healthcare and how it affects people, and the outgoing. I think it's the World Health Organization outgoing representative, one Clement Peters. He made some startling revelation that was revealed in the front page of Africa. But we've been talking about this thing on SKTV about the economic, how the economic can affect your health because of certain things we call cortisol and certain stress level. And he called in the holy trinity: white rice, white sugar, and white flour. And but I think we'll talk about that tomorrow, hopefully, because we got so many things happening. We never plan to talk about healthcare and how it impact the economy. And they want another post from today from Senator Dillon. You know, for me, I love to make political prediction. When I sit back, I do my analysis, I read between the lines, pick a side. And we talk about how he made a post 7 hours ago. He said, as soon as we develop the spine of the legislature to reduce our salary ending and benefit, all the other arguments will start to make sense for our people in the country. We will then have the standing to demand cuts wherever, when necessary across government entities, $5,000 maximum or even below or monthly for ranking public official elected and appointed could be a place to start. I have a bill on the floor of the Senate to this effect that we can use as a basic to do a holistic review for action and enactment. I drafted and submitted this bill in 2021 Mr. Where I was president, and I resubmitted last October under the Braga government for our action. John, me, let us make this happen. I mean, you will get something we're trying to say because some of us make the argument here. But the one thing in Liberian politics is whenever there is a major issue, rather than looking at the holistic portion of it to see what you can do, people want to pick a side. And at the end of the day, we keep coming back to things that we discussed maybe a year or two ago because they had one group that said Dillon should lead by example. I was like, what the heck are you talking about? If Dillon is saying that every lawmaker, we should start with a baseline of $5,000, it's all about putting pressure on other lawmakers to do the same. If they are going to refuse, why should he be the one to reject his entitlement? Are you not aware that when the budget passes, it becomes a law? So everything that comes in that budget becomes law also? So you are telling me because Dillon proposed an idea to start with $5,000 across the board and to cut down on buying public official cars, you tell him that he should refuse it or he should reject it because you think he got to lead by example? Other lawmakers should go there and claim all their benefit. But because he came up with the idea, so he should show how. Like, I don't know how your logic works. And it's the same thing he posted again this morning. And with the removal of the Senate pro tem, I tell you, Mabel, politics are very dynamic. And the entire universe is governed by law. There is a law they call the law of cause and effect. The common man call it karma. That's why I'm not interested in the removal of the speaker or the parties involved. I know it will continue. And I know the people who are even pretending to be on the side of the law, they are not in favor of the law, the Constitution. It's all about power. It's all about money. Remember, when you wake up in the morning and you're seeing the pro tem budget and all the incentive posted on the internet, 75,000 here, 35,000 there, 250,000 here, who wouldn't want that job?
Everybody wants it.
Everybody wants that job. And if everybody wants that job, what do you think is most likely to happen? That all you see happening in our country. I told you, when you give politicians power, they will request for more power. Who told you about Constitution? The only reason you believe in Constitution because that's why you were programmed to believe all your life. But power and politics will always take precedence over the Constitution. I told you on the show, Mabel, when a politician wakes up from bed in the morning to read the Constitution, he's not looking there to learn new laws. He's trying to see loopholes that he will exploit for political benefit. That's just why it is. So when there is a constitutional argument, I don't bet on the Constitution. I only bet on the provision in the law that have already been tested. You know, you can call back guys, when the ball burns, the rule change. That's the nature of the sport, my brother. You got more coming. So stay tuned. You get the tip of the iceberg. Maybe it might even extend to the president. I'm not taking that off the table either because since they set this new president, it will keep going until they get to the top. That's what I believe.
Wonderful, Mark. Even though I have one or two questions to ask you pertaining to the Dawa Dillon issue, because Dawa Dillon purported to be the light of the Liberian people. You know that in fact you go to Sham Brata, because even if you go back into the scripture or the Bible, you say, you say,
I say I'm here.
No, Muna, don't be doing that. You go, you go off. So you can't tell you, okay, go ahead, Muna.
Ever since today, I listen to Kesley speaking.
But when I'm getting you, so which one are you listening to? We even want to
Mama talking. I listen to Kesley. Wow.
Okay, go ahead,
Wait,
Muna.
nothing else said.
Go ahead, Muna.
Nothing else said. People.
Yeah, go ahead, Muna, and give us update from
sure. Okay, let me say hats up to all of you, hats up the entire team, our followers as well. So we are back again. Let me say, our Grand County, nothing much. Just the massive renovation is ongoing at the commissioner compound in Toll City. And the company that are doing that work is together with the Library Company. They are the one that carrying that project at the commissioner compound, wherein they're going to change the doors, the zinc as well, tires, changing all the old camos and top as well, putting modern window in. So if you like days from now, weeks from now, the commissioner compound will get a new facelift. There was so another things going Grand County, Bono hearing to see our best the county, we all can come together in making sure that the county is in the right path. And also the city mayor, Rita Kai, also doing a work at the city hall, changing all those chairs that were damaged in the city hall, making sure that you get a better one in the city hall, that when people go there for program, they can be able to at least sit well. Yeah, so that's it so far so good. And then for the Dition capital, you there, so you're gonna bring us up to speed. Yeah, so that we can discuss the issues that can bring
Thank you.
changes to that
Thank
area.
you. Mona. Even though we're wishing you Wednesday as to why, well, maybe some of the thing, but for me, I don't want to go too deep because Monk is here, more spy. You know, Mona, one of the person who always spy. So for
Yeah,
me, I
more,
don't want to
you
go
will
too
try
deep
some
into
of this Wednesday. Yeah, more.
yeah. Good. So yes, so Mark, my question to you or to all of you on this platform, do Senator Dawes they don't need a bill maybe before reducing their salaries, their benefits, and so on, or they should just do it through the budget? Because instead of you going up and down, hauling and pulling, what can they just go through the budget and say, okay, since our budget is close on, or maybe around maybe 18 million, we want to reduce it to 50 million for the sake of the Liberian people, and this budget will call press conference and this and that, yes, indeed, we agree on this and we agree on that. So, Mark, that's a question I really want to ask you and maybe any of our panelists that have idea, maybe they want to chip in.
Bebon, I keep saying this show, a budget, the government operates like a business. You either got a deficit, that is, you are spending more than what you are taking in terms of revenue. When you spend less and you make more, you call it a surplus budget. And when you bring in the exact amount as to how much you spend and how much you are able to generate, we call it a balanced budget. You want for the government to either have a balanced budget or a surplus. Whenever the government have a deficit, it means they will be borrowing against future revenue. It's almost like you are digging hole to cover hole, right? The budget is a law. We don't have a revenue problem in Liberia. We have a spending and priority problem in Liberia. I keep saying it on the show. You are 5 point some more million Liberians. Our budget is anywhere between I would say between 675 to 725 or 750, because I know all that 880 million is a lie. It's just an inflated amount. There will always be a budget shuffle all the time in Liberia. So the problem is we are not having a revenue problem. We are having a spending problem. When you go back over the budget, I would say over the last 5 to 6 years and do an average, we spend anywhere between 37 to 42 million dollars on 105 individuals. Maybe is that what you call fairness? If you get a budget for an entire nation with 5.2 or 5.3 million people, right? In the entire budget, because that's the national cake, that's how they call it, the national cake. We went to a party, we have 5.3 million people that attended that party, and 103 guys, let's say 105, if you include the president and the vice president, they alone consume anywhere between 35 or 37 to 42 million dollars. Is that what you call fairness? Does it make any sense? Is that even sustainable or logical? No, but they understand the process. And the process is, it comes down to the people that carry on the appropriations. It comes to the people that own committees, because that's where the money is being made. You know, I keep praising Yega Koluba all the time. I said sometimes he will pick fight that is not his. Yega Koluba will always make projection into the future, and 90 or 95% of the time, his projection will always come to reality. Yega said that all you got to be fighting for, you want to be on committee, because when you appoint people on committee, they go by in the conference room. That's where all the corruption, all the criminal practices, that's where it happens. So it's the name of the game. Get more money, get more power, and maybe start making plans for future election. That's just why it's all about. Nobody got time for the rule of law. Nobody got time for the constitution. Nobody got time for putting the interest of the Liberian people first. It's all about money. It's all about power grab and preparing or positioning yourself for public office and maybe presidential election. That's why it is.
Well, thank you. The reason why I asked that question, maybe I saw someone commenting. I wanted to understand because when they were increasing their salaries or their everything that they were doing, there was no bill. How can now to reduce the 19 to bill, quote unquote, to just delay the Liberian people time? That's why I was asking. Because if there were bill that were maybe quote unquote that they cross, or maybe that they may have passed to say, okay, through the bill, we agree that our money going to go up because, mind you, during the term of former President Charles Gange Taylor, representative used to make something around 1,000 USD. Now, from 2006 up to 2017, lawmakers started to make around 10,000, 15,000 for what reason? Best known to them. Just because they feel that after war, there was free money and this money had no use, so they had to share the money among themselves. But then there was no bill. Now they are requesting them for bill. So that's why I was asking. Well, again, thank you for that point. So that move quickly. Like I was, I want to chip in.
Yeah.
You want to chip in quickly? Yeah.
Maybe you said something that caught my attention. As you said, prior to Madasari ascendancy, lawmakers were making below that amount. Okay, but somebody said when Madasari took over, she legalized stealing because she herself she was eating her own, and the other guys in the legislature were seeing her. So she now wanted noise to be behind her, and that is the reason she increased their salary. And you know, as you said, the budget is a law. Whatever that is in the budget, it becomes a law. It becomes automatically a law. So it is easier to increase, but it is difficult to decrease somebody's salary. It's difficult. So those guys, that's the place. That is the reason everybody will be fighting to go in the legislature. Somebody want to be representative. Somebody want to be senator because the chopping is there and the stealing there is legalized. How can one person get a salary of 15,000? So the entire budget is just for those guys. And for those guys, you get many portion of the budget go to development. Many portion of the budget. So again, none of them will agree willingly for their salary or benefit to be reduced. That's why you see the arguing about bill. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. So quickly, let me give all of the latest update. Then we welcome Mr. Cannon, who is just joining us on this platform. Today's Wednesday. Those of you who just joining us, please, we want you to also share. If you haven't shared, we want you to also share, like, and comment. Yes. So again, so many things happening in the nation capital Monrovia. Mind you, tensions are building up bit by bit between the motorcyclist and that of the Liberia National Police. Sometime last week, some kind of an incident happened around the slipway that took away a life of one motorcyclist, and that prompted most of the motorcyclists to protest or to destroy some of the checkpoints that have been placed or that have been put on the road by the Liberia National Police. Just because of that, the Liberia National Police stopped all of the motorcyclists from flying through the nation capital Monrovia, and since then, the motorcyclists have been reaching out to the authorities to make sure that at least they pardon them or they forgive whatsoever thing that may happen and allow them to do their normal hustle. So on today, we witnessed the motorcyclists. They were at the Ministry of Justice, where they went today to send out or to carry their communication or petition or protest, and they also shared out around to some embassies and so forth around Monrovia. Apart from that, also later on, we also hear the rumors or the news alleged that 70 senators they are also planning to vote the Senate Pro Tempore out or to remove her based on the resolution according to unconfirmed report or alleged information that indeed they are planning to remove Senator Yomble Kanga Lawrence from the Senate Pro Tempore position. So after that one, we were also there. We also witnessed today for the first time the rescue government headed by President Joseph Yeman Bouaka also delegating one of their projects in Bapolu of Bopolu City today, where they were dedicating a water and a water pump, or how you may call it. That also sparked up a lot of debate also on that. That indeed, I don't think this is what Liberian people voted for. Some rescuers are also feeling frustrated about the entire process. That indeed, I think President Bouaka wasted his time and energy to go to Bapolu County to go and delegate that water pump or water pipe, as you may call it. So yes, so far so good. These are some of the happening back home in the national capital, but we are also receiving some unconfirmed report that indeed tensions also building up between the Liberia National Police and that of some AFL personnel. That's the information that we're getting around the SD Cooper or the SD Cooper Road end, and we hope and pray that our security apparatus will also make sure that they handle this kind of situation, because I'm here and people keep informing me about this kind of information. So yes, that's the latest. That indeed, yes, apart from the soldier guard that were also allegedly flogged by some police officer, one video that was trending around that indeed one AFL Latte Garvin was allegedly beaten by some police officer, and that video stayed trending, and they are made reaction also to that. So Mr. Cullen, we want to say welcome, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Melbourne, and I appreciate you welcoming me. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody following us, whether you are following us through radio station, or you are on YouTube or Facebook, wheresoever you are following. I want to welcome you. I just wanted to inform you guys that Ensu Dwalu supposed to chip in here today for 30 minutes. They have an institution they are building up. It's been created already, but they are still working on enlightening the public about what it is all about and some of the incentives or benefit that comes with it. So you're going to be here to briefly talk about that later on, once he is situated. Yeah, I think you're going to call on the phone. He's not going to be in studio in person, but I think we will call in and talk about, his organization and what, they are all about and what they intend to do in Liberia and for the Liberian people. Besides that, Melbourne, it is very, important that we chip in on some of the issues that you talk about, and I listen to my brother Mon talking about it as well. That has to do with Senator Ibrahim Daros Dillon's post today. I will talk about that briefly whenever the show is started. If you want me to talk about it right now, I can do that. If not, I will just say hi to everybody once we get into.
Yeah. So just talk about that, then we will get through. Then we will play the personal video or the personal project.
All right. Go ahead.
No, Mr. Cannon, I'm saying that just talk about. Okay, I think Mr. Cannon didn't get me clear, but I wanted you to talk about.
Maybe I'm here. You want me to talk about it?
Yes, I want you to talk about that.
Okay. Good. Okay. Hold on 1 second. So, what I was trying to say here is that I will say this, and then whatever you wanted to see, we'll say, and then we'll bring Ansu on, and he will talk about his institution, and then they will continue with the show. So, basically, what I was trying to say is that the country called Liberia, we have a long way to go. Listening to Daros Dillon today, or reading what he posted, I just laugh. The reason why I laugh is that Dillon's post is in response to the comment made by Senator James Barney. The law is not here to proffer anything, to introduce anything that would mean change or that will better the Liberian people's life. The law is indirectly responding to the call made by Senator James Barney when he said that the president does not have the spine to do what it takes in terms of cutting spending, in terms of reducing a lot of things in the country, including salaries and other areas where they are putting more money in the budget, thereby forgetting about the people. The law is telling James Barney, shut up. Shut up. You are a senator. Instead, you're talking about the president because this is the London government. So because he is a coward, he can't attack James Barney directly. He's telling James Barney to shut up. He should not criticize the president. He should not criticize the government. If you want to do that, I proposed a budget before. I did it under WIA and I did it under Joseph Bakar government. You didn't support that. So leave the president alone. Talk to us. Talk about us. You must say, with Senator, let's do our thing. You know, if you are a man with balls and a spine, be honest and be direct. Dition said he introduced a budget or plan under George Weah. I understand he was a fierce critic of George Weah government. Maybe he did not have his way within the Weah government, but this is Dition's government. Dition told you and myself and the Liberian people that he has the key to the executive mansion. And now Dition should be the third person in command when it comes to the Senate. There's a leadership structure of the Senate. So anything Dition wants can go through easily. Besides that, the person who chaired the Senate, who is leading the Senate, who is the Senate pro tem, depends on Dition for direction. 6 advice from Dition. So Dition is just being indirectly fake, indirectly attacking Senator Barney for taking the position he took. He's telling him, don't criticize our government. You who are the Senate, we are in the Senate, let's do whatever we got to do. But if Dition really serious about doing what he said, Dition controls the Senate pro tem. Dition has the executive mansion key, as he told us. If Dition wants to introduce anything, if he's serious about it, he will definitely do so. So it's just fake. He's just scared to tell the Jim Barney to shut up directly, but indirectly telling him, you're trying to tell Liberian people that you better pay attention to that man. We are all in the Senate here, man attacking the president, the man, criticizing the president, but I've done X, Y, and Z. But you're not serious. Everything you did, you just take, it was just, these things were just cosmetic approach just to make things look fine, but deep down, you are not serious about it. If Dition wants to do anything right now within this government, it can initiate from the Senate, and the president will listen to it, and they will follow it. But Dition is not serious. He's just being fake. But because he's not man enough to attack James Barney directly, that's why he came and wrote that cowardice, post, just to make himself happy. But it's nothing. It means nothing.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Connor. And
so when you're done, I don't know. I just want to be for 30 minutes, but we have less than 30 minutes on the radio. And so,
everybody, you can bring him because I just want to.
What do you want to do? You want to come in when we have the full 30 minutes, or you want to use the 20 minutes on the
Well, I think
you said you can use the 20 minutes. You said
yes. I think that would be good. Then we'll move on
so
after that. Then we'll be able to.
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you are very loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. I think I'm live on the radio now, correct?
You're live on the radio.
Okay, stay cool. Thank you so much. Hey, Monk, it's been a minute, man. We'll go on to the rest of the crew on the radio, guys. Thank you so much. Look, I didn't come to stay a long time, and I hope we can do this another time, but I just want to put this message out. For a long time, all of us been talking. We've been talking for years, and it seems the country is not going in the direction that we all want. And what I've decided to do, I'm sick and tired of it, but we have to find an alternative. It seems the government is not working. We have developed the Liberian Diaspora Corporation, and people can visit the website. Some of you who are listening have already heard about me. What we are trying to do, we are trying to raise $25 million. We've launched, it's been about 2 weeks now since we've launched. The first $80,000 came in. We were able to process about over $30,000. The money is coming in. We established a corporation, registered and regulated here in the United States, with the intention to invest in profit-making ventures in the country. Our entire goal is to establish small-scale manufacturing in the country. Hopefully, we can invest into rest mechanization from abroad. Hopefully, we can go into manufacturing. We can go into a large-scale fishing industry. Maybe someday we build a Liberian Diaspora Bank, the Liberian Diaspora Hospital. We have to find a different way to bring jobs to our people. Look, guys, I want to say this to you guys, and I want to say this very sternly. Those of us who have been fortunate to have come to the West, to have come to a Western country, we have an obligation to the country. Now, I do understand we've taken our obligation very seriously to some extent, given what we sent home. We support family members. But I personally believe we've not channeled that money in a proper manner. The money is not being organized. The intent of this corporation is to find Liberia best and brightest, not necessarily go into the government, but to establish a corporate enclave in the country where we control commerce. I want the corporation, through the Liberian Diaspora Corporation, not just to control commerce. I want us to have some influence in the country. Influence, I'm talking about a clout that will determine the direction of our country. The talking is okay. There's nothing wrong with the talking. But if we do not organize properly, in a way where we can channel some skills back into the country, where we can build large-scale manufacturing, or even we can start on a small-scale level, or where we can start a fishing industry, we can start manufacturing, we can start certain productions in the country where we control export and import to our country, and try to reorient the minds of the Liberian through enterprise. This thing that is called Liberia that we all talk about, these conditions will continue now. I'm in no way. I'm trying to stay far away from politics as much as I can. But sometimes it's extremely difficult because the entire country is mired in this politics where we are not going anywhere. And I personally believe we can talk all we want. If you're listening to my voice, I'm going to ask you, visit the website, www.liberiandiasporaequityfund.com. Visit the website, or you can call me directly. I posted the number, but I will read the number again. 774-578-1963. Call me any question regarding anything, how the corporation is going to work. Everything is detailed on the website, but if you call and you don't understand, we will go to every state in America where we have sufficient Liberians to come in person and explain to them. We are having the first event. It's already been scheduled here in Lowell, Massachusetts. It will be the 31st of May, and we're going to be organizing. We're going to intend to go to Europe. We intend to go to Australia. We will travel the globe to raise this money because the only way Liberia is going to change. Our sons and daughters have to organize, like every other country has done, to come into the country to take some proper control. If we have the kind of influence that I believe the corporation can bring Liberians from abroad, we can reorient the direction of the country in the way where the country develops. And like I said, I don't intend to take much of your time, but I know you guys may have some questions. So I'm going to stop here just in case anybody that's on the panel right now that has any question regarding anything. I'm willing to answer that question in the next few minutes, Sekou. Sekou, I want to thank you so much for the time.
Yeah, thank you so much. And so before we go to the other panelists to ask questions, let me say thank you for, coming on Sktv. I think we will do we'll do a better next time. We will be on camera where you will have enough time to have a serious conversation. But just a few questions that I want to ask you. Maybe they will help a lot of people to understand what you do and what this is all about and what is in it and the security of their funding. So I learned that you have a target. You have a certain amount of money that you want to raise. How much is that?
$25 million.
$25 million. So nothing, all the money people bringing in right now, I'm sorry that, you guys was able to bring in about 80 some more $1,000, but when they less than half was be with the process, but hopefully you got everything back. So what happened to the money? The money is going to sit there throughout until you raise the $25 million, or what are you going to do with the money?
So the money goes into a trust. So what I've done through Bank of America, we established an account. So what I've done, because we want to take 1 year to raise the money. Now, the reason being is because we have to set up the board of governors or the board of directors over this whole thing, and we have to hire the quota officers. Currently, we have 3 that are on the article of incorporation. So when I first began this, about almost a year into this, it was very expensive to establish. I brought on board Ase and I brought on board Fatima to help me through the process, to help fund the initial setup of this organization. So for the very first 1 year, the money will not be touched. The money just going to sit in an account, whatever interest the bank gives, because I want the money to be raised entirely or substantially, and then we can come back to the board of directors. We come back on the website, and then we tell the people, listen, we raised 20 million, we raised 15 million, and these are the first 3 projects we intend to invest in Liberia. And with whatever project we decide, we will bring it back to the shareholders, and they're going to vote on what project they want, and then we implement that project in Liberia. We will monitor the project. I will personally be in the country permanently with all my quota officers that I intend to work for this organization. Remember, Sekou, the goal is to hire thousands of Liberians across the country incrementally now, not just at once. Let's say we invest into massive pepper production, for example. We start with pepper production. Gradually, we add another corporation, we add another business. They intend over a long period, Sekou, to have 30, 40 businesses in the portfolio of the organization.
Okay, thank you so much. So the next question I want to ask you is that when I spoke with a few people, they were supposed to be on the show here today, and I even encouraged them to come and listen so they can learn as to what this organization is all about and what you intend to do. So one of the questions I was asked is that, is it an issue that sits on Spoon Network? I say yes. He says the same Enso who wrote some document in favor of Stephen Witherspoon, to Liberia. I mean, to the court before he was sentenced or after sentencing. I say yes. They say, well, how can we trust Enso, who is supporting a convicted criminal or writing letter to the court on behalf of somebody who was convicted of crime, especially money being involved, millions of dollars? How can we trust Enso, who is in bed with somebody who is a convicted criminal? How do you respond to those people?
Excellent question, Sekou, and I really appreciate you asking that question. Let me be very clear here. We live in the United States of America. A man pays for his individual crime. I've never met Sinton in my life, one bit. I've never met the man. In America, the jurisprudence, the way it works is, if you're a convicted felon, if you are a mass murderer, before the court sentences you, people write letters and say, listen, he's a convicted felon. We agree you already convicted him, but we are asking for a degree of leniency. If you read a letter asking for leniency for a brother that, yes, he did steal, and I don't support the city. I was one of the biggest ardent critics of what Stanton did. And when you ask the court, say, given what he's done in the community, he helped so many Liberians, you'd be a little bit lenient with him. It will go a long way for the Liberian community. If that means I'm also guilty, I cannot change those people's mind. My issue here is not to beg anybody. If somebody feels that because I wrote a letter for Stanton, even though I've never met Stanton in my life, that makes me equally guilty, my intention, Sekou, is not to convince that person. And I'm going to say this to you. If you believe you're entirely perfect for a man that committed a crime, but what I don't want people to do is to transfer a man crime to me, because I've never met the man in my life. I know nothing about the man. If you don't want to invest specifically because you say, for some reason, sit on the platform that I'm thousands of miles away from Stanton, thousands of miles away from me, that makes me guilty. That is a decision people are going to make. But I want to say this. Look at yourself and see if you've ever come around anybody who's committed any crime. If you ever spoke to them, if you ever sat on a president, let's say the president of the United States who's a convicted felon, does that make you a bad person? Or if you ever been in a room where they had convicted felon, you had a discussion with them, does that make you a bad person? We have to understand how far we are taking this. Okay, so I want people to understand that. But a decision is going to be made by the individual. This is America. You make your decision. And I think it's okay for people to understand that I wrote a letter and I will do it all over again. Because I believe Stanton is a convicted felon, but by the same token, he did some good in our community.
Thank you. And so before I go to the other guys, somebody asked, how much is it to buy a share?
So all the documents, so a share is $90 per share. It will cost you a total of $100. That means the $10 is fees, because what happens is in America, it costs anywhere from 10 cents to 90 cents to raise $1. Let me repeat. It costs anywhere from 10 cents to 90 cents to raise $1. And most venture capital or most people that raise money, they go ahead, maybe sometimes somebody come in to get in $2-3 million to be able to raise the money. It costs money to raise money. So since we don't have any money, we charge a fee, and that's the fee we are going to use to process your documents, to mail your certificate, to travel around the globe, to be able to do everything that is necessary to pay the state, federal, and all the filing fees that are required to be paid to make sure the organization runs. Mind you, I have to report to the state of Massachusetts. I have to report to the federal government, so that a single dime that will not be accounted for. All your money will be accounted for, and we are accounting for the money live on the website. As we raise the money, we put on the website how much we've raised. So there is nothing hidden. Everything will be open to the public because we have to account to the government here in America. This is an American registered and American corporation. This has nothing to do with the government. It has nothing to do with any individual. Stanton is not part of the any way, shape, or form.
Thank you so much. And so, Mong, do you have a question for Mr. Dwalo?
Well, I got one question because he says an enterprise and mostly it's a private equity, from my understanding. I just want to understand the model here. Are they trying to invest in startup or private corporation, or trying to buy out or own some stake in any public entity in Liberia? Because it's a two-sided game. It all depends the model they are using in the private equity and the enterprise system. Just want to know that.
Great question, Mark. Great question. So what we intend to do when we get to Liberia, the goal is to expand private sector in Liberia. Initially, our primary objective, obviously, is to make the shareholder money, but we intend to start up our own operation. However, if Mung is in Liberia and Mung is investing into Pancana oil, and he's doing great things for Pancana oil, and we determine that this Pancana oil has some lucrative venture to it, maybe we can throw $1 million in the buy the machinery, expand the operation, and the corporation can own share. Those arrangements can be made. So we are not boxing ourselves in, but our primary objective is to start up brand new businesses, such as rest mechanization, such as large-scale fishing farming, such as, let's say, a garment factory, like you will see an Amazon-style warehouse. We buy 4,000 or 5,000 sewing machines. We put our women to work. We can do cassava consolidation, turn it into gari, or we can export it to the Chinese, or maybe we can buy a medium-sized container ship, for example. We send our goods to market. So whatever venture is going to make our shareholders money. But I want people to understand this, though. This venture has 4 objectives. Number one, primarily, obviously, is to make our shareholder money. But we have a much bigger objective. The secondary objective is to expand the Liberian economy through job creation, local job creation. The third objective is to have influence in the country. And the fourth objective is to buffer the social and economic conditions of our country, to ensure that a proper Liberian family being raised through job creation, so we get involved and to get Liberian expertise back into the country. This is the full vision of the operation, and I want people to check out the website, read our vision page, read the value, read the mission, and read our strategy page, and just go through some of the documents and give me a call if there is anything. We have a show that is coming on I will go on every network across the Liberian platforms here in America, in Australia, in Liberia. If they got more than 300-400 people, I will show up to bring the message that we have to do something. We cannot keep talking.
All right, Mabel, do you have a question? Mo, you have a follow-up?
No, not really. I've been on the website before already, so I just wanted to find out.
Mabel, do you have a question for Mr. Dwalo?
No, not really, but I just wanted to appreciate him and listen. I want to say thank you so much, and I hope that you will come back here and talk more about this. But thank you so much, Mr. Dwalo.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Kessley, do you have a question for Mr. Dwalo?
No, not question per se. I just want to say thank you to him for the effort, but I hope it will not end up in politics, because nowadays people are taking advantage of the suffering masses of the suffering condition of our people. So we hope it will be exclusively for helping our citizens. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Let me respond to that 1 second. Ketley, it is an excellent point you've made. And this is the very reason why I registered a corporation here in America, to make sure it's regulated on American guidelines. It's not about individuals in Liberia. I want you to understand our responsibility is to the people that bought share primarily. So we're going to account to these people. Secondarily, is to make some profit into the country. Or tertiarily, we want to make sure we expand the Liberian economy. So we want no politics around it. I made this commitment because I understand how easy it is for something to get destroyed in Liberia as soon as you infuse some form of politics. This is the reason why you don't see me on Spoon anymore. It doesn't mean my politic brain has gone away. I will always be political because we are human beings. But I don't want to be on Spoon when I take a position. People say, oh, but Dwalu took a position, he talk about my goal, and now he won't raise money. So when people say, oh, Dwalu, why you not on Spoon? That's the reason why I'm not on Spoon. And then they end up on Spoon. It's just a mere fact that I want to entirely focus on this because I'm sick and tired of us being the least in everything. And all we do is just talk when we send home almost $1 billion a year and nothing is coming out of it. Nothing. So how do we talk to our children and say, this is what we've done for Liberia? So we will make our effort. And whatever it leads to that point. My issue is this has to get done, and it will get done.
Okay. Muna, I know you were off and on. And do you want to ask a question or you good?
No, just go ahead because current goal trying to get back on, so I didn't really get most of what you're saying. But
okay,
go ahead. You guys can go ahead.
So no problem. Ensu, you didn't do a good job by not sending me some of the information that I told you when we spoke. Right now, people are asking. Some people want to follow the website. Some people want your number. Some people want to actually buy or share, because a lot of people, Sktv, we have a lot of followers. There are people, we are on 3 radio stations to speak to you in Liberia. Pretty much we cover the entire country. So before we go, I want to ask you, Liberians listening to you right now, in their thousands, talking about on the radio in Liberia. And I would say thousands, if not millions, because we cover the entire country. So what is in it for the Liberian people in Liberia? What are the motivation? What really, what can you tell Liberian people to welcome this idea? Liberians in Liberia.
Thank you so much, Sekou. And that's a great question you've asked. First of all, we are making preparation because I've gotten hundreds of calls from Liberia. We ran a few shows already about, Opa, how can we too invest into this? What is in it for Liberians back home? Let me tell you something, Sekou. And I don't mean this to be in the demeaning fashion, but I'm being dead serious. It is almost impossible to become a good Christian, a good Muslim in Liberia in extreme poverty. Our people are in dire straits. What's in it for them in Liberia is job creation. What's in it for them in Liberia is dignity and control of their country. What's in it for them in Liberia is not to be subjugated in the country by foreigners that come and control the markets of our country, and we just become store boys and day boys. We have to build something that we control in the country. We can determine who becomes president of the country. This is the politics going in. We can determine, I'm talking about through influence, because if we put our people to work, I personally believe through the Liberian Diaspora Corporation, we can create thousands of jobs across the country. The goal is to make this a multi-billion-dollar operation, but we got to start somewhere. We will find Liberia best and brightest minds. They will come back to the country. So, for example, if we have an operation in Nima County, my officers or my managers will be living in Nima County to run the operation. They will have a social responsibility, for example. Maybe we get a manager that came.
We have 30 seconds to go to the news bulletin. So
All the stuff. So Liberian back home, in fact, 99% of the beneficiary will be Liberian back home. I'm going to say that because the intent is to invest 100% in Liberia.
All right, my brother. So again, the lines are open. Like you said, come back again because we need sufficient information and that will benefit you and the organization and the Liberian people. The Sktv is here to stay. Call me after the show, so let's talk more. And then we can set up a better day so you can come in person on camera where you have ample time to express all the concerns or to answer all the questions Liberian people have for you. But I appreciate your time.
No, say good, take it to the crew, man. I think you plenty.
All right, man.
Thank you so much for coming, and thank you, Mr. Connor, for hosting. And I hope and pray that you will be here at another time.
You will definitely come back.
Yes, but quickly, Mr. Connor, maybe before we go to the news, we're still waiting for the news team. Indeed, it's not easy back home. The huge presence of both security officers, the AFL, and that of the police, somewhat around the SD Cooper Road. It's not easy. Citizens are now they are in fear. People are now guarding up through the road. They want to know exactly what's going on. How come the AFL are not coming outside? So, and there are a lot of misreactions from what we are observing that people are saying that indeed, I think it's better than that the AFL come outside because the police behavior towards peaceful citizens being at that. And these are kind of reactions that we're getting from the public out there, from what we're following. So again, Mr. Cannon, that's the latest news. Mark.
Hold on. Before we go for the news bulletin, I want to understand. Can we have somebody on the ground there to call in to tell us exactly what is going on?
Yes, exactly. That's what I want to do right now as we speak, but because we're having guests, so I don't want to interrupt our guests. But indeed, this is indeed serious, and I think we got to show light or most of our
because I'm looking at it on the screen. I'm looking at it on the screen.
Between the police, it's between the police and the AFL. And I'm not saying it's a good thing for us as a people.
It's between the police and the AFL.
But where is the event taking place?
Right, I'm seeing the Ethical Road joint intersection there at the gas station.
How many are there? I mean, can we actually?
No, I'm seeing a lot of citizens running around. A lot of citizens running around, but this camera guy is a bit far from the event from what I see.
All right. Okay. So we will find out.
Let's go for the news. Mr. Kana, hold on a little bit. I think you can hold on with the show so that our people can, because I haven't set up for the news or site. So just hold on, and after the news break, we'll join you people. I think.
I think you can share. I'm seeing a live video here.
Yes.
No, there's a live video. There's a live video of this with the particular stuff. Just send it to me. I'll share it with the people.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me send it to you, Mr. Kana.
Right here. I will share with the people. But yeah, whatever the case is, we pray for the best for our country. We don't want any funny thing. But when you have funny people running the country,
that's what happened.
This is what you get, because they have no priorities. They have no plan for the country, and they care less about the safety and the well-being of the Liberian people. All they care about is what goes to their pocket. They wouldn't worry about their pocket. They care less about what is going on in the country. And mind you, just yesterday we saw that the president was telling AFL people to be strong. You're going to make AFL,
supposed to be reckoned with in Africa.
Next to nothing, and they were forced to be reckoned with in Africa when you cannot even get down to shake the hands of the AFL people doing Armed Forces Day when AFL, AFL, that is not even just about alone. AFL being very, 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 I would say demonized somehow, reduced to nothing in Liberia. There were times in Liberia doing church all the time. AFL people used to be like on backs, people used to be laughing at them, like laughing stocks. Some of us who were around the security apparatus, we know exactly what was going on, especially when it even comes to the salary of AFL soldiers versus the ATU and other security, people in the country. So AFL is even important, but a lot of people even care about the NSA and this security they have for the presidency. I don't know, I don't know, PSU or whatever they call them.
I share the video in the comment. Just so you know, I put in your impact.
Yeah, so if you share the video with me, let's try to you share with me in what?
In the messenger, both of your account. The one you got the gown and the other one, both of them, because when I type your name, the search, it will come up with two accounts on a circle. So I put it in both of your account.
I'm not seeing that one.
Or you know what I would do? I would just share it on the live, or I will put a link.
You share with me. You share with me. Okay, I think you share with me and Mabel. Mabel should send it to me.
Yeah, I'll share with Mabel too. Yeah.
See why? Okay, yeah. So yeah, let me bring it on. Let's see.
A lot of people I'm seeing that's big though. I'm seeing a lot of people over there.
Well, the people gotta be careful though. We don't want trouble. We don't want wahala in our country. We don't want any trouble. So let me see here. Where is the video audio?
No vehicle. Forces of Liberia are around. So, folks, this is the Liberia National Television. It is getting heated by the day. It is getting heated by movement. It is getting heated here. It is getting heated. Additional.
Wow.
Additional folks from the armed forces of Liberia arrived. This is one of the vehicles which belongs to the armed forces of Liberia. Liberians are also here in numbers, making sure that this is brought to a logical conclusion. So, folks, can you keep sharing the live as we bring you unfolding? Liberians are gathered here in their numbers. Personnel of the armed forces of Liberia continue to arrive. So, folks, can you keep sharing? But what I'm seeing here, the atmosphere is peaceful. The atmosphere is peaceful so far. Can you keep sharing? Thank you very much. Of the armed forces and the Liberia National Police are currently having one-on-one discussion in one of the offices of the petrol train. I'm sure after that discussion, there will be a press briefing. And followed by that, we will call.
So while we are watching what is going on, but for some reason, I think the army officers, we saw the army jeep right there that just departed. We are not seeing any violent, activities on there. What we saw few police officers standing by, and we saw, I think, a sizable number of military personnel with guns and moving around. We heard people chanting, "We want army," something like that. We want army, something like that. I don't know what I mean, but whatever the case is, we are hoping for peaceful resolution of whatever is going on in there. So, Mon, do you want us to continue showing our video, or do we? Because there's not much going on there right now.
Not much going on. And we pray that cooler heads can prevail, because that's what we've been saying on the show. There is a sense in the country that the president is not in control. And when you got a lot of instability, the least thing that you expect, that's what can spark all national outrage. When people are mad, they found a way to vent their anger and frustration. And when you're a leader, you got to know how to navigate, because in the case of Joseph Boakai, whether it's the motorcycle race, whether the
just a second. We thought the army people left already. This is another group of army people. You saw that they pick up right there. The guy just swing the camera right by that pickup. I think the army people are still there. So we can still listen in and see what's going on. But by the way, this video is not Sktv video. We get it from somewhere else, but we just want to make sure we understand what's going on.
Mr. Cunningham?
So folks,
So we lost connection with that video. So once we establish connection, we will bring you back as to what's going on. Actually, from what we're looking at, our people, we are so into breaking news. We into, people are on the edge. People really, really want to see something happening for whatever reason, but people feel like Joseph Boakai is not in control, like Mon rightly said. And I think Gregory Como, the police IG, for some reason, we have had a lot of different things going on under his leadership. It seems like he himself too is not in control of the police. Or maybe there are some, crisis going on within the Liberia National Police that we don't know, because we can't have these things going on every day. Just the other day, when the Fadiga brothers were involved with the police, I mean, with the army guy, we also heard that Fadiga alleged that the chief of staff or some other high-ranking army personnel went to the police station, to the police central, and they were making threatening statements and stuff like that. So whatever the case is, Joseph Baka need to be careful. You remember we have about more than 300 dismissed EPS officers that were very clear, informing the world that they were dismissed, but they were not disarmed, that they have enough arms and ammunition to create havoc, to create problem in the country. And we have a sizable number of people who were recruited also by LDEA. Some of them were trained, some of them are former rebels, and most of them to have arms and ammunition. So, and some of them are not working right now. So when you have people with arms and ammunition around the country with no control whatsoever, the potential for problem is very, very high. So people need to be very, very, very careful. General Bagai also has to come back to his senses to mitigate the growing tension within the Liberian House of Representatives. I was informed yesterday that they had first reconciliation. Let me see. We have somebody talking here. Let's listen to him.
Was he on the motorbike?
Back
on a motorbike. And this place is one of the no-go zones where police checkpoint is. And then what happened after what?
When they stop it, man.
You don't speak.
When they stop it, man, and they try to identify himself. The officer said there's no identity. We are doing our work. They started to beat all the army personnel. And they beat on 2 persons. Yesterday and today. That's why we get it. The army go angry. So too much. We're letting it go. Police are all functional.
Okay. Thank you for talking to Spoon TV.
So that was Spoon Network. One of their guys was talking to some of the bystanders there, and the bystander is saying that it was army personnel who was on the motorbike. Police recently instituted some no-go zones against the motorbike riders, and then the army officer came on the motorbike, wanted to wear in the checkpoint walls, so the police there stopped him and asked him why he's there with a motorbike. But he's saying that the police officer did not allow the guy to identify. The guy said he wanted to identify himself. He told them that he was an army personnel, and he was not given that opportunity, according to the guy who was speaking to Spoon. And that person was saying that the police officer started beating on the AFL officer. And if that information is correct, that's not a good thing. We don't want to see uniformed people from different security apparatus attacking each other physically. That's not good. Sometimes those kind of things can start small, but it could, potentially resolve to, some undesirable, outcome, unfortunately. So maybe, you're back. We did not listen to the news bulletin. So, what are you hearing?
Mr. Kane, well, before let me just say something. Let me just say the thing. The very day I saw that video trending on the social media involving the AFL guy, though he was not in uniform, I knew that this guy would come out. Because if you get the police getting so powerful in the country, the army will say no. The army will come in to say no. We have the power. especially when one of them is being affected by exercising your power in such a manner. You expect the army to come out, and that's what's going on now. That's what's going on.
Yeah,
that's what's happening.
So I mean, this is scary. So let's hear from Mabel. Since he too is in Labrador, maybe Mabel got some information. Mabel, I mean, what are you hearing, sir?
Well, thank you, Mr. Kane, and been receiving a couple of calls, even back to back from both, the citizens, the security, and so forth. But everybody giving their own information. So I think, like we just listened to our own our people on one of our sister network. They are saying that based on what they maybe quote unquote see or experience, maybe that could be. But again, until investigation or maybe true. But let me tell you, Mr. Kane, that this tension started. I think when I was giving update, I also mentioned about alleged and AFL officer that were flogged, in fact, or thrown into one of the pickup of the Liberia National Police. In fact, all of his shirt were thrown up.
When was that? I was not on that time.
I think that happened on Sunday, and that video been trending. Yes, indeed, that video been trending. And I don't think that's the right thing to do, Mr. Kane. And because of that, I think the soldiers, maybe they feel that they have been disrespected, or maybe there have been no other more respect for them, because that also happened from the dismissed deputy DA. But can you imagine someone who is dismissed? The person will even be ordering DA officers to come and allegedly flog or to allegedly pepper spray AFM. So maybe the people feel that maybe these things are just getting too much. So I think they have to come out now to show their strength and tell maybe some of the security apparatus that indeed they are men and they can do. But if you watch that video, I also saw the defense minister. I think she was in that little black blast left. So that means this issue is not a small issue. And Liberians were also chanting for the soldiers that indeed they want the soldiers. So that will speak volume that in fact RG Gregory Common already lost the trust of the Liberian people. I will say this for free on the radio, that indeed he lost the trust of the people. So the only thing that I think the president can do is either to use his wisdom to be able to give back the Liberian people police, because mind you, the police, they are the closest group of people that are always interacting with the citizens. So if the citizens lack trust and confidence in the police, then that will speak volume. So far so good, Mr. Cannon. Yes, indeed, the tension, I think everything going down little by little, and people are moving. People are going in their various homes and so forth. I've been receiving a couple of calls, reports, and so on. So yes, that's happening. As you already started, indeed, but we don't know where we're heading. If this continues, for me, I think this is my first time seeing the war. I saw this, I can still recall. I really experienced it during the war, where we saw soldiers, or quote unquote soldiers, or those fighters fighting among themselves. And there are so many things that happen that some of us, but then we were much younger, that we saw, that we wished we had to run. All our mothers, our fathers, they had to take us somewhere. So the kind of thing, I don't think this is the kind of country that we want. So, Mr. Cannon, so far, yes, indeed, these are kind of a trending and serious embarrassment, embarrassing news to our country.
Thank you so much, Mabel. Based on what we just saw and what we are hearing, where are we headed as a country?
It's very terrible, especially when it comes to the security apparatus. And I think it carried more magnitude than what we expected, because it's been a long time since I've seen AFL soldier in the street. No matter what been happening in recent years, you cannot see a single AFL soldier. Even during the protest, they're always in their barracks and they always maintain their cool. But what the brother said, the Catholic said, maybe people are underestimating the AFL. I don't know if it's a power struggle thing. But the one thing that I know from what I can see here, this team been training, and there was a lady a couple of days ago, Mr. Khan, saying the video. You know, the guys, some people that can really observe. They may not be in the day-to-day politics, but they can see things, they can feel the tension, the atmosphere in the country. They know that things is not on the right track. and she blew this alarm. I share it on my page. I even put in your inbox. A lady, light-skinned girl, she was talking about this sense of insecurity and instability in the country because one day you hear problem on the radio. And I know about economic anxiety and what happened in the country. People will use their anger. You just need a catalyst. The littlest thing that you would expect, that's why will blow out of proportion. And I can sense that that's what happened. Even that lady in that video, that's why she lamented that. When you ask the average person in the street in Liberia, they just feel a sense of insecurity that something is not right. They believe that something clandestine is going on, undercover, that people are already mad. So their fear is that there's some minor riot, sometimes you can handle with ease. It might blow up into a bigger fight, and you don't want that. That's why we'll come on the show all the time. We keep control of the president. With the president, take control. You must be the leader. You should be the adult in the room. But whenever something happens in the country, whether it's legislative impasse, whether it's within your own executive branch, you need to give the Liberian people an assurance that you are the one running the show. Because when that vote is created, trust me, other people will try to fill that vote. And that's what happened in the country. That's why I sent you that video, because I love listening to women, because women, they can sense things. They got they kind of they put their feelings, they trust their feeling into stuff, and when in terms of projecting into the future, I always say on the show, when it comes to making prediction, when women make prediction, you better be very careful, because they are more than likely to be right than us men when it comes to putting their feelings and their trust and stuff like that. And when she made that particular video, I was like, no. So this thing is becoming common. We're not only saying on the radio, but even the ordinary people on the street, they are getting that feeling, that sensation that things are not going right, and someone need to step up. I don't know, but to see the military in the streets today, no, they mean it's much bigger than we anticipated.
And Mom, before I even go to the other panelists, I'm a little bit shocked. I'm shocked to even see Liberia. People been saying that the armed forces of Liberia, they're not equipped, they're not, they're not armed, they don't got this, they don't got that. But the way I saw them today, being somebody who watch what happened in my country, and also being somebody who also worked closely with a lot of security people. I mean, this is not a good sign.
Yeah,
not a good sign.
The update, they are trying to make a statement, because we always badge the AFL with a lot of things going on. Where the military? Because in the society, you got two layers when it comes to safety. You got your judiciary system or the Supreme Court. The next thing, when everything is fair, you only depend on the military. And people have been questioning, because you see things happen in the country every single day, and you can get even a sense from the military that, you know what, you guys can count on us. So I think, even though it's a little event, but I think the AFL is using that event to say, you know what, we are still here, and this thing is reaching tipping point. We got to give you guys a sense that we are still around. That's how we interpret that particular show.
Yeah, because
I can tell the last time I saw it in the street.
Because for one person, one AFL officer issue on a motorball, to bring them out of this amount of soldiers on the street, that's not just common. I can tell you that.
Mr. Cannon? Mr. Cannon?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Cannon, I think, as Monk said, there is bigger thing behind the scene. The AFL will come out when there is a total breakdown of the rule of law, and that's what we're experiencing in our country.
Don't say that. Don't say we don't know.
That's
maybe.
it.
Yeah, maybe they could.
That's what's going on. That's what's going on.
Let me say this. Let me say the case of the We are on the radio. Pretty much we are covering the entire country. We don't know what's going on behind the scene. But what is possible? When something, is filled, it could spill. But we don't know what's going on behind the scene. But what I'm trying to say is that people who are underestimating the power of AFL or the armed forces of Liberia, they shouldn't do it. It's not good when those guys, when they feel challenged, when they feel somehow demonized or feel that they are irrelevant, they could do something that people don't expect. So hopefully,
we see stones being thrown at the police by community dwellers and Liberians who have come to witness this scene. Please share this coverage. You're watching Afrique Media live in Painesville. And of course, following the exchange of stone, we see tear gas been fired. And the police is taking another step. Please share this coverage. This is Afrique Media. Serious tension between citizens of Liberia and members of the Liberian National Police following a very serious one between members of the LNP and the armed forces of Liberia. Liberians gather here at the petrol trade around the ELWA belt, and following the departure of the armed forces of Liberia, we just saw the exchange of stone. Liberians immediately began throwing stone at the police, and they have changed position. You can see on the main road, these are some of the stones that were being thrown at the police. From different angles, these.
Yeah, so maybe
wow. So Mr. Cullen, that's the highlight after the airfare departure. The citizens, I think they are hugely feeling disappointed. Like I said, that they have no more confidence, I think, in the police, or especially maybe the police RG. And I think this is a serious embarrassment. But I don't know whether you people want us to go to the line to interact.
Yeah, so what I wanted to do before you play that video, I wanted to see if other panelists have anything to say. If not, then we can open the lines. Maybe some community people who have been present at the place there could also call in and give us some idea as to what really transpired. But Muna, I mean, do you have something to say before we go to the line?
No, enough for me, just disappointing. We had it disappointed in our securities, because the securities we are depending on to protect life and properties. They are doing this. Then where are we? It's just troubling right now in Liberia to see our securities apparatus into a serious fight in the street. It's just troubling. And then these things are going on. How will investors come in the country? Lawlessness is everywhere. Everyone doing their own thing. No rule and order. Everything is just upside down in the country. So how will people take us serious? Every day we are disgracing ourselves. So for me, I think I just go to the phone line, because Liberia is just something else. Yeah, seriously. I just go to the phone line and hear from the callers. Then we can climax on that.
All right.
I'm all right.
Before we go to the line,
No, I just like the way Munan said, let's just go to the land, because it's stressful, it's disappointing, like every day, nothing can come out of the country. And that's why you see the people, they were cheering the melody. It's very uncommon. That's why I say to see AFL soldiers in the street, it got to be bigger than what we are seeing, because even the people were cheering the AFL, but why are they stoning the police?
Yeah.
You know that? That's not good.
Yes. Well, they were cheering the AFL. We want the army. I'm gonna say
Never, let's open the line. Let's hear from the people. I mean,
all right, 07702031225. 1 minute, please. We don't want you to be splitting throughout. Go ahead to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening, Maple. I won't take long. Maple, you see what is happening? This is David King, and I do join you for my resident this evening. Maple, it is quite troubling in our country. The police have lost the trust of the Liberian people. And that's what you saw today on the riot scene. You saw the citizens just saying the name of the AFL and see we want the army, we don't want the police. The police are lost every trust. The police are very rude set of people. They don't respect their fellow uniform officer. You see the way they behave to them. I mean, it just tells you that these people, I don't know, all of the United Nations treated the God where they put it, they took it and kept it somewhere and started to behave like one militia in the street, and that's what you get from behaving rude to a fellow officer. Thank you, man.
Thank you so much. 0770203125. Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening. How you doing, my brother?
My dear, we're okay. We're not too okay, but thank God for life. Go ahead.
Yeah, see what happened today. I want for the president to really step out and do something about it. For you to see, but take ready to be in fair with each other on the street. Then what will the citizens do? If we see like what national police and army on the street and they having that kind of tension between them, I think Baka really need to declare this as the local more. Let him lead that position and find everything to do. What else for that reason when I end with my brother? Thank you for the show.
Thank you so much. Today's caller, good evening. Yeah, go ahead, my dear.
Thank you for the show. This is Gabe Murray. I'm calling from the Budo Island. The brother who are telling me police who are unbecoming now, because if people can see police officers to party headquarters the last time for the past 6 years, then they say police have become brutality. Because I saw it, I said here, they beat the police, they go on police.
We're talking about now. Let's talk about now. Forget about the past.
These are the things that tell many people to come to the president.
Okay.
The police are going to retire now.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you. You still live in the past. Today's caller, good evening.
Thank you, Maple. Good evening. Well, this is about the principal like I probably phone for District 5. So maybe I think it is so pathetic and it is very scary to have seen a tussle between the Liberia National Police and that of the AFL. You know, the AFL have been one setup that have always been great as one of the best performing government entities. But on recent, I don't know where their angle lies. Few days ago, we saw them with Fatika. They were gearing up. They were on tussle. Today, we are seeing them again with an officer, with police officer. Look, whatever the case may be, AFL will beg you people should be the last group to be vexed. We are expecting only a general order to bring you on the street. If one of your colleagues have been mad, the best way to have done that is to carry the complaint to the charge of order. Instead of you coming on the street, this and that. So you think, how will your grading be like? If you want to ask, somebody say, oh, the police, the blaming, come on, the blaming the police. But the AFL, they are very trained, rational enough for them to come on the street now and join the other people to be tussling for going heaven's sake. This regime, what is happening between officers and officers, if care is not taken, it won't be easy. I'll stop on this note. President Bwaka need to do what it takes. Those security apparatus from the barrack that came to retaliate, let them be suspended. Let action be taken against it.
All right, thank you so much. To this caller, good evening. Yeah, go ahead, my dear.
I'm joining you from 540. My name is Daniel P.
Thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
You know, my girlfriend, you see what's happening now in this country? You see the kind of stand now how people are taking to one another, security apparatus, fighting one another. Things going on here and scatter all over in the country. So nothing status where going on in the place there. You see, don't really know, nobody can ever there. They're not really doing well. You see the police director, you see how it looks like? And police just go around and just brutalize people and do any other thing to people. Nothing comes out of it. They say, police director is hardly working. You know, you make the people scared of you. If you behave that way, you make the people scared of you. You have to be the friend of the people. But you see the way the people behave, when they see how security and are fighting one another, it will not cause you a serious problem. And the people are armed. They are armed. So when the people start fighting, now what will we do?
All right. Thank you so much, my brother. Today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How you doing?
We okay. Thank God for life. Go ahead.
Wow, they didn't really sneak it from my point of fan. You know, hello?
Yes, we listen to you.
Fine. This is just the beginning. You know, if your part in mind the one, they're not treating you like a star. If you don't buy a bomb, make a car for them one and said, we the mother was just looking at them. That just the beginning, see, so I got a big look at see, so nothing happy yet. Nothing happy yet. We the opposite was just looking at them. Then they'll buy them one and said, because what? They are leaving the school, they're not even proceeding well. If you put my first thing here to then I'm a 52-year-old man. Then I've been living like bro. I never see AFS and even go to play one of those. Those skills. And the police and everything for them. And when I said, I mean, that I lead the family, they come me to say, go to show like brother. I will see so. So, and that's just not the street to us. We happy. I'm probably here for you.
Yeah, man. See you, man. Today's, yeah, man. Today's caller, good evening. Yeah, my dear, go ahead. Go ahead, my brother. Thank you for joining us, my dear.
Yeah, maybe you see until that work get into a place where nobody will be able to control it again. But a person knows something about it because everything police will get to what they don't see anything concerning police action. This is where it got into people that were supposed to vote with the citizens who in trouble. People were coming up in the street fighting, not somewhere else, but in the street fighting. For country is going backward and it's getting to the point that the poor be destroyed. And to the issue of justice, let me tell you, justice will be removed because from the day they went for that convention, and after the convention, they said that they will be supporting of Kennedy in 2029. That statement alone make the president say, so you will try at all costs to make sure you be removed from that position. And to liberate people who need to step out now because another money about to go. The last time, I think it was 25,000. Today, another problem coming again. That won't be more than 25,000. Then the president then dedicated hand pump. When we started coming to tell us that will benefit the people of the tour, and then they can spend another money to remove your big gaga. So let us stand off, open our eyes, and see how best we can do something to that. Thank you for 40 minutes of opportunity.
Thank you so much. 0770203125. That's the number for you to call this evening and be part of the SKTV show. Yes, indeed. Talk. That's all right, though. The way you see it or how you talk. Don't be afraid. Nobody going to intimidate you. Nobody going to maybe quote unquote stop you from talking on some of the national issues. 0770-203125. The line keep blinking. Let me move to the line. Hello.
Good evening, neighbor and your co-host.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Peter the recaps are called from under the street light in Lord Johnsonville. Neighbor, Bureau is in the street and in a disastrous state. You see, this is quite unfortunate to see two security apparatus going against one another, AFL and that of the police. It's a complete shame and a phenomenon that has occurred in our body policy or in our Liberian society. Where is the country heading? Lawmakers are fighting lawmakers. So I will not be surprised to see president and the vice president fighting and one another.
That's appropriate.
The whole society now they are turned into a calamity in terms of a disastrous situation. Nothing is working. Every sector has totally falling apart. Everything we are there on our own. So the security cannot control us because they are fighting among themselves. We are living in a society that is well organized and insecure. And we articulated this into our people. We need this because Joseph Walker came from an old order. So you see that you can use the arm to intimidate people. And we are here. Nothing is not going to intimidate us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. To this call, take a few more calls and cut over to our panelists. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, my dear.
My name is Ben Samuel, and I'm phoning from ELA Junction this evening. Well, I think it is just unfortunate that the president of the Republic cannot control the security apparatus.
It is bad. What is now is very chaotic. I see people throwing stones. The area is going against the police, and I think it's something that will author well for our country. I think it is a bad picture for the government. I see President Biden need to get in charge. He needs to put the security under control. Because we just have our life right now is in danger. If the two forces can come together and be fighting among themselves, they will become the common people. The time they're evening.
Thank you so much to this second to the last caller, because I want our team to have some appetite to really talk. Yeah, go ahead to this caller. Good evening. Yes, thank you for joining us. Go ahead, my dear.
The Liberian people will just put a problem. Every little isolated incident want to blow it out of proportion. So much so that even some of the talk show hosts can even support blowing simple things out of proportion. There are many of you on a talk show, I'm not talking to you in particular, but we listen to all the radio stations. They are such a tribe agreement, not even correct. So should we condemn all of the radio talk show with us? No. We can't condemn all of you because there are some of you who can speak well. If you articulate and you discuss the issues well. So when I the incident occurred that is isolated, but it's unfortunate that many Liberians, like I said to you, including some of you, the talk show hosts, you try to blow it out of proportion. It's not good like that. We always try to speak peace and don't blow it out of proportion.
So let's go to the point. That's what you want to say, right? Thank you so much. We take one or two more calls, yeah, but then we'll cross over quick. 0770-203125. That's the number for you to call. Let me see to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, my dear, go ahead.
Yeah, the situation at the SD Cooper Road. First of all, I need something to buy ex-general of the NPFL. We have our children, they're going to school, but what happened, I sense that something else will happen. If the AFL and the police can fight the money, definitely all the facilities like it's not safe. Not all safe at this moment.
You said you are hello, excuse me, tell you something. You said you are ex-general for MPFL?
Exactly so.
Okay, good. I just want to get it straight. Yeah, thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah. And then if you look at two people that carry the same one pyramid to protect the level every situation in their fighting among themselves. Definitely know how none of the citizens are safe. Anything can happen at any time. If they never turn the minute to anything, then somebody can come and penetrate the government. Somebody can penetrate to any other thing. So you can just say, rebel inside. You know, spread all over the country. The AFL, the police, all our security together. They are peace between them. So that you stop all the things. You have our children and we fight and we not do anything. We don't want what to happen in this country again. So let the president take the initiative as a president, stand and talk so that you can come to themselves. This was concern. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, team. We want to give our team a little time so that they can respond to all of your claims and to all of your talk and so forth. So yes, indeed, Mr. Kane, you want us to take more calls or we should cross over to you people?
Just take like 2 more or 3 more.
All right. So that means because the line is not easy. So this caller, good evening. Hello.
Yeah, I'm Orange Gabler.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, about the incident that happened today at the junction there. Now I will bring the two parties, the police and the AFL.
Okay.
Because they was no better. And if the police guys arrested on AFL man, he wants to be there to identify himself. Yeah. But even so, if they have identified himself and then the police still probably is there, that shouldn't make them to go and act intelligent. Yeah. As a whole, they are intelligent officers. They are not going to give that kind of way. So we can just bring the police one.
All right. Thank you so much. We can't just blame man. To this caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, my dear.
My name is Beatrice Johnson, calling from Ria.
Thank you, man, Beatrice, for joining us.
Yeah, I think every day you are pushing hate me the message. Now I see you want for it to be happening, and a lot happening now. So you are playing intensify, oh, enjoy it.
All right, thank you. One thing I know, when it rain fall, it don't fall on one roof or so on. So if you come here, you say we're preaching hate, and what you call it. But yesterday, you were not preaching hate. Or yesterday, you were enjoying it. But today,
Yeah,
they tend to hate.
but
Yeah,
don't
hello.
you get, don't even waste your
Yeah,
time. Get to course.
yes, hello. Yeah, quickly, you'll be our last caller. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Lasana Pofan. I'm speaking from Bonafan.
Mm-hmm.
Please let us start to make peace between those people there. Hopefully, it's not put in a conflict. Yeah.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you. You'll be, yeah. Thank you. You'll be our last caller. The North Bay. Too much. Yeah. So, Mr. Connor, a team. Or yeah. So we're done with the call side, and yeah. So you can respond or anything you want.
Let's go to Mo. Anyway, we have about 10 minutes to go. So let's go to Mo. Then
you know, the people, the lady who said we are preaching hate, I think there's the opposite, because they should be the one preaching hate. Because every time we come on the show, it's one of the things that we caution on the show, the instability, because people believe in what they see. Optics is everything in politics. It's all about a trend that's been building. It's all about a sense of insecurity and a leadership vacuum. Nobody is here on Sktv to preach hate. We talk about economic anger and anxiety that people can take advantage. Don't forget, there are always bad actors in society that will be willing to exploit this loophole. When you go a couple of months back, it started from the inception of the administration, right? You talk about the wives of AFL soldiers protesting. You're talking about another protest coming from motorcyclists. You're talking about removing your speaker. You're talking about setting the state capitol ablaze. You're talking about removing your pro tem. You're talking about removing even a Supreme Court Chief Justice. When you keep creating these things in society, how do you expect for people to react? They are more than likely to behave in this way. And like I said, we have not seen the military in the streets. I can tell the last time I saw AFL, no matter dating back from the Save the State protest or even the weird government, it's very hard to see the military in the streets. So for something this little to trigger their response, then it means that they are mostly sending a message. It's not just about the incident, but it's all about the trend. That's what we're talking about. So when you come here and say we're preaching hate and we're trying to bring about instability, then I don't know. I think you are the one that bringing instability, because all we do here is to caution the government so that we don't get into a tailspin. Yeah.
Wow. Mr. Kesley, Mr. Sumo, I mean, what say you based on what we just heard?
Mr. Connor, I said it earlier, as Mon just said, the rule of law in this country is broken down. Everybody's doing his or own thing. No respect for the rule of law. You see lawmakers busting into another lawmaker's office without good order. You either say, oh, no, there's a separate government. I mean, separate branch of government. Yeah, it's separate. But the Supreme Court is the higher arbiter of our justice system. The Supreme Court is where all the citizens, every citizens are hoping to go and get justice. And when you go there, there's no justice. Where do you go? As I said, the AFL is there to restore law and order. They will come out. From the day I saw that video tragedy on the social media, I knew exactly something is coming. Most especially when one of them is affected. You know the record. How many persons have been killed by police officers? Surveillance. So you will say, you think you expect the police, the area to sit there, one of them be killed? No. The last time I saw the area out, it was during the coronavirus time. That was 2019, 2020. The AFL will not sit there. They will come out. When these things are done, especially one of them is affected. You saw Gregory there. And for the time I started seeing that video on the social media, no authority for the police have ever come out to condemn the action of their men.
Thank you.
So it is obvious. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Muna, what say you?
That God beating also. That God definitely that God beating also, because what is happening in Liberia now is worrisome. You know, one thing, when you are speaking to the reality, right? They got people that want you not going their way. They got issue. But what happened to see our securities? They can go for training. So I don't know the training can go for. I don't know, because it's like when no respect for each other, people are not part that being provoked. Why you expect? Why you expect? Look what's happening. They want people speaking to things happening in society that we all can see our best to join us together and making sure that everything is on course. Then we got issue A, we saying, they were saying that, but we don't stop talking. Look what happened. You see our security worrisome. They worry everybody right now. And I really God beating also. That being that God, you know, one thing when God fed up, when God tired with our what kind of words should I use say right now? When God tired with our things we doing, we're not correct. We can come to our senses when God tired with us, that what can happen. That a beating God be we are rather God beating also. That when we move from inside the one, we'll understand. Know what is happening in the country? Know what is happening in the country? Security that we say we got security and thing that there for us and thing. Look what happening. So now everybody should be on security. But we'll speak to it. That is about time now, President Bwaka, you come out to speak to see how best peace can be restored. This country, we can't keep going back every time. Every day that break that different thing like Liberia. Every day that break that different thing. On that corruption, that violence, on that violence, that's something else. Look, we need to come back to our senses. What is happening? What is happening is worrisome. It's nothing for joke or to say we're saying this, we're saying that. We'll speak the reality. When a bad comes, we'll say the bad, we'll say the good, but we'll speak to the truth. Because this country is all that to have. We can't be deported from the country, the whole country Liberia.
Thank you,
So
Muna.
we keep speaking the Asian society until one day that Liberia will be better. Thank you.
All right, let me say something there. Maybe we'll close it. Maybe we'll take us home. So, basically, I'm afraid for Liberia. This is very scary. And the lady who called and said that we preach hate, she is misleading the Liberian people. We are not preaching any hate. Every time we come on here, we preach about government doing the right thing by the people, doing the right thing for the people. And we have always been the one to even, inform Joseph Burger to be very cautious and to be very careful and to take control. We were the one that even said that we don't want to see 300 former EPS officers perambulating the street, with arm and ammunition. We said it was bad. We said that AFL should get good pay. AFL can be taking 150, 200, and 300 when other people are taking $15,000, including their, benefits. We told you that the police officers can be taking $150 or $300 while other people are taking $5,000 home. Some of them don't even get car, they even get motorbikes to run, to drive, to ride around. Other people getting $40,000, $50,000, $80,000 car. We're not the one doing that. That's why we are calling for reduction of tenure for our leaders, reduction of their salary, removing some of the benefit that they don't deserve, so the Liberian people, the common people, can enjoy. But what I come to understand in this particular conversation is that there are people that see nothing beyond politics. It's only happening, all they know that CDC was a unity party. So because they support the unity party, anything going in the country, that bad thing, they will just have to defend it. even with at the detriment of themselves. So tomorrow we'll be here. We got a lot of other things to talk about. Hopefully we'll be here tomorrow. Maybe back to you.
So Mr. Connor, thank you so much. And I'm still searching for the video on the Executive Mansion website where the president was dedicating the poem as some information that the video has been deleted. Yes, when you were dedicating the hand pump, so the video has been deleted from the Executive Mansion website. So these are things when you talk, then they say, certain people. I don't know. Sometimes I kind of before I go. No wonder why Liberia, or in fact, no wonder why we fall in the country, because people feel that maybe to tell leaders the truth, they see as maybe that you are against the person, or maybe that you hate them. No. Even if you voted for that person, be able enough to tell them that what you're doing or what happened is wrong. So that we don't want to bring every people outside. Now all the videos coming up. Or if I'm in the Canada, I just say one other video where you see the airfield and the police even clashing, fighting. It's there. I just sent it to you. So that we don't want to tell the person, okay, you leave her barrier and come fight, or maybe police people can fight people. So you gotta stop. But again, that's the kind of society that we live in. For me, I understand. So these are titles. One of the day did that yesterday. I hope she's the same person. Sometimes they do these things to be able maybe to distract us. But for me, moving forward, and let me be giving credence to some of the things because that person called me and said, oh, maybe, and then decided to do that, but because of the. So I understand that these are colors brigade, and all they do is they call here to make it look like if we are the one that making things to be the way it is today. No, you are getting everything wrong. Thank you, Mr. Connor, and thanks to all of you, my brother Kesari and Muna. Thanks to all of you. We see you on tomorrow by God's grace.
Yeah, we'll see tomorrow by the grace of God. Yeah, we'll be able to discuss.
Thank you, and thanks to the team there back there. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Connor, we're going to talk later on if we like basic.
Call me after the show.
Okay.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who willing to sell. Blessing that time and that effort are rest. The project is giving us here and the purpose of them. So welcome and life with Africa.